Ellie Pokrzywinski is like any other toddler. She cruises around the cul-de-sac of her Fargo, North Dakota neighborhood on her scooter as fast as she can. She'll play hockey in her toy room. She loves playing notes on her 2 times as big as she is piano mat that she can walk over. But when she was younger, her family didn't know if she'd ever hear the notes she so excitedly plays today.
Was born healthy. We were getting ready to be discharged from the hospital at 24 hours, and we had learned at that time that she had failed her newborn hearing screening. Didn't think much of it. I know it's a fairly common thing with fluid in the ears and stuff.
At a follow-up appointment a few weeks later, she failed another hearing screening. She was referred to Kayla McClellan, an audiologist at Sanford Health in Fargo, North Dakota. McClellan conducted an auditory brainstem, or ABR, on Ellie. An ABR indicates how well the inner ear, or cochlea, and the brain pathways are working together.
Essentially, you bring your baby as tired and hungry as possible, and you feed her, and you hope she gets in a really, really deep sleep. And then they do some testing on brain activity reactions to different frequencies.
Tara was told Ellie had mild to severe hearing loss. Ellie, 3 months old at the time, went home with hearing aids.
The most accurate form of an ABR is a sedated ABR. Due to her age, they weren't comfortable doing that too early on, so she lived with the hearing aids until she was probably 6 or 7 months old. They did a sedated ABR at that time and an MRI, and they told us that day that she was profoundly deaf in both ears.
Hearing aids weren't going to be very beneficial for her anymore, and that cochlear implants were the next possible step.
Amanda Johnson is an ear, nose, and throat practitioner at Sanford Health in Fargo.
Deep inside in your inner ear, this is the cochlea, and this is the structure that the cochlear implant is placed into.
She said a cochlear implant is completely different from a hearing aid.
It's considered like a neuroprosthetic device. It's a tiny little electrode that is placed inside the cochlea, can bypass any damaged hair cells and directly stimulate the auditory nerve to provide sound from the outside.
The cochlear implant processor, so this is the external device. This goes on the outside of the patient, so this is that magnet that connects to their head. This is the processor that picks up the sound and converts it to those electrical impulses.
Dr. Michael Shinners is a neurologist at Sanford Health in Fargo. He said cochlear implants change hearing from acoustic to electric.
Each of these little black dots is an electrode that is stimulating different frequencies. So this is higher pitch frequency, and then as we go further in, it's a lower pitch frequency. And so this is what the brain then figures out to put it all together to figure out what they're hearing.
And it takes time for the brain to learn to process the signal.
We have found that when a child has very significant hearing loss, that the younger you implant them, the better they do, because it's earlier and their brain is still developing, and then it can use that signal better.
Ellie is now 3 years old and hears perfectly.
She didn't probably hear my voice for the first year of her life. She's never heard me say I love you. She's never heard me sing her to sleep. Now that she can hear a car coming in the front of the house, pulling into the driveway when she's in the backyard, or hear an airplane in the sky that she can't see, it's wild. It's just been, it's been really, really, really fun to see.
Pokrzywinski said at times everything felt overwhelming, but her care team was with her every step of the way.
Approached it in such a way where it was like, we don't have to talk about this today. It can be, if you need to sit with this and we need to talk tomorrow or the day after that, or, this isn't, if you don't feel like you're in a headspace and you just need time, let's do time. If you feel like you want to carve out an hour of our day to ask us a million questions, let's do that. It was just whatever we needed, they showed up in that way.
In Fargo, Simon Floss, Sanford Health News.